tits, bitch.
Hey everybody, welcome to Cream Fiends. I'm a Chamans. You guys are going to want to listen to us? We got a show. We talk about things and movies. We talk about horror movies, horror books, and video games, and Dark Souls. What's our new one that we talk? Dead by Daylight. But Dark Souls is coming back in May, so we're going to be talking about Dark Souls. We got a Patreons. What's that at now? Patreon, screamfiends.patreon/goodtimefun.
Hello, fiends and fiendettes. Welcome to episode 86 of the best horror podcast on 7voltmedia.com and the world.
Yeah.
Scream Fiends. I'm your host, Xander, and with me once again is Russ.
I want to change my name, too.
Russell.
No.
Sul.
Yeah, maybe something.
Suller.
Like Suller.
Sully?
Sully.
Sully.
Yeah.
Xander and Sully.
Xander. Zully and Sully and Sander. Call me Salamander. Oh, there we go. I could try to work on a Snake Plissken voice and be like, call me Salamander.
I am your host, Xander, and with me once again is Sally.
Sally works. Sally. Call me Mrs. Fields.
If you're just joining us for the first time on this show, we talk about all the things going on in the world of horror. And if you're a long-time listener, you know we oftentimes don't follow by any sort of guidelines, rules, whatever. None of that means anything because we do what we do. We do it mediocre.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I think it's as good.
It's as good as you're going to get.
Yeah. It's good.
Get at us on Twitter at Scream Fiends. Let us know what you're watching, what we should watch, what you correct us when we're never wrong. But if you feel like correcting us on what you think is right, go feel free.
Please do.
Find us on Patreon at patreon.com/screamfiends. You can donate if you would like, but you do not have to. All of our content is always free of charge, but we would love your support.
Because then we can
very
buy
much.
Chipotle.
Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. Congratulations, you won. What have they won, Sally?
Not a goddamn thing.
Not a goddamn thing.
Sally?
Subscribe on iTunes, Podcast, Google Play.
What else?
Leave a like on the YouTubes. Leave a comment down below. There or there or there. Hit that comment button. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like button. Is that it?
Do they have a dislike button?
Yeah, they do. Hit that dislike button.
There is a... Oh, yeah, that's right, because there's they call it a lightsaber if you got a lot of dislikes, because it's like a little green bar, then a big long red one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could be Darth Maul, or you could be,
Well, no, if it's
Padme.
the other way, where it's more green and a little red, it's like a cigarette.
No, I like Darth Maul. Or
Maul.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren without a shirt on. I heard that was like an internet thing for a while.
It's a meme.
Did you see the new Star Wars?
The new Star Wars.
The Last Jedi.
No, I just saw Force Awakens. That's the only one I saw.
I saw Force and I saw Rogue One.
I tried watching Rogue One. Wasn't doing anything for me.
I didn't mind that one. Out of the newest ones, I guess out of everything that's come out since Return of the Jedi, I think Rogue One's my favorite.
Really? See, I liked Force Awakens, and I found Rogue One to be extremely boring.
Sure.
But whatever. It is what it is.
It wasn't Mads Mikkelsen in Rogue One, though?
He's someone's dad.
I think he plays the main character's dad. I can't remember her name. See, because I don't know the story of getting the Death Star plans as that. It was always Kyle Katarn. I thought that's what that.
I don't know anything about that.
No, nothing about it. I guess it's. I mean, what about okay? So this is a horror show. What about a horror Star Wars movie?
Dead Space, the movie.
What's that?
Dead Space, the movie.
Yeah, but set in Star Wars times.
I don't like it.
Like
I don't trust the people behind Star Wars to make a horror movie, let alone an actual
It could be like
decent movie.
You could do like a Rancors, like they could do like a Jurassic Park, but it's like set. It's like Rancors
Yeah.
and Tauntauns.
I think they should just make a Dead Space.
Live action movie.
Yes.
I think that's not a bad idea.
They made an anime. Well, would you call it an anime? Just an
animated film. So
sure.
Yeah, the only problem with the Dead Space is that they're great games, but they have one flaw, one huge glaring flaw.
They were published by EA.
Well, two glaring flaws. The other one is that you're not alone.
Well, you're not alone in the second and third one.
You're not alone in the
you
first one.
kind of are alone in the... Well...
Because they talk to you. I want nobody to talk to me.
Okay.
I
understand what you're saying.
I just think it would create a more terrifying atmosphere.
Sure.
If there was nobody there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a way they would convey the story, though. You could still find, like, audio logs and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You could find audio logs. You could... their spaceship crashes into the thing, everybody on the spaceship dies except for him, because maybe, who knows why, his suit kept him alive.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a broken leg at first.
Does AI count as someone?
I would say no. I think I'd be okay with AI because AI can't physically help you or like soothe you or, be like a moral support. Like you could just be like, ship, where is the engine room? The engine room is located on
Well,
deck
so
B.
you're talking a very simplified AI.
Oh, you're talking about like HAL or that thing from the Portal game?
Well, no, not necessarily. Like they can still be just a voice.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they can't convey any sort of like emotion.
But I would say no emotion.
Oh, okay. So it's straight up like
I want to be alone.
Robot.
In space. And like I want it to seem I want the situation to be extremely dire. Like if there's there's two other people on a spaceship telling you what to do, you have that like you have a bigger degree of hope in the whole setting. It's like, oh, they're still alive. Maybe we can get out of here.
Yeah.
I want there to be nobody left. I want it to seem
like
completely dire. I want the situation completely dire.
I like it. I would be on board with that.
Like that's how they should do the next Last of Us. It should just be Ellie going through, like, Joel dies somehow in the beginning. And it's
that is a rumor.
And then so she's just by herself trying to like find a way back to like civilization.
So what about like hallucinations? Like if she does hallucinate seeing Joel,
I'd be okay with that.
That doesn't count as being...
No, because as soon as she gets it, it's also taken away. It's like Hellblade, where
sure.
she's chasing her husband.
Yeah.
And so Hellblade, Game of the Year, 2017.
You got it.
So that was my Game of the Year, and it was like a 6-hour game.
Such a good game.
Yep.
If you haven't played Hellblade yet, pick it up.
Oh, it's really good.
There's another rumor that it could be coming to Xbox.
Hellblade?
Yeah. Which doesn't really make sense because, well, no, it
came out
see,
on
I
computer.
thought it was a Sony published game.
You can get it on Steam.
Well, I know, but
and Good Old Games.
Yeah, I know, but I thought it was like a Sony published game.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
But it's a wonderful game.
Or maybe it was entirely published by Team Ninja or Ninja Theory. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wasn't wrong.
Man, that's crazy that Ninja Theory made that sweet game. What else did Ninja... Now I'm screwed up. What did Ninja Theory make? Because Team Ninja, that's like
they
Dead
made,
or Alive.
Enslaved, Odyssey to the West.
Oh, I wanted to play that.
It's a good game. And the Devil May Cry remake.
That wasn't that bad.
Reboot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
But yeah. I remember playing the beginning of that game because I got it for free with like PlayStation 3. PlayStation Plus was one of the free games.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And playing through it, and you're like at the carnival area, and a white medium length wig lands on the dude's head.
Yes.
He's like, never.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Sick burn, bruh.
Hey, let's make that a movie.
Devil May Cry?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. Just be a terrible action flick.
A better movie would be Bayonetta.
Bayonetta?
Yes.
Better movie would be Neo.
No. Bayonetta would be the greatest movie ever made.
Really?
If it was made correctly.
Sure. How do you make it correctly?
By...
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, I could see him doing some pretty cool stuff with at least like the angelic monsters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Creature design. He's very good at creature design. But
who do you cast as Bayonetta?
it's a tough one because... I mean, she has an English accent in the game, but you wouldn't necessarily have to cast an English actress.
I feel like she needs to be like 6'8".
Yes, she would definitely have to be tall.
Oh, what about that Brienne from Tarth lady from the Lord?
No.
No.
No, definitely not.
What if you dyed her hair black?
No, definitely not.
But she's really tall.
Yeah, but she's not. She's not.
Video game like unrealistically hot. I think you could doll her up.
But she's not even like mediocre. I mean, I'm not trying to be
she
like
was in Star Wars, okay?
whatever with a mask on.
It's true. But I did like her in she's one of the only characters I find tolerable in the Game of Thrones movies.
I do like her. I mean,
Yeah.
I do like her as an actress, and
Yeah.
I like her in Game of Thrones and all
Yeah.
that. But
I don't know what else
she is
she's
no
in.
Bayonetta.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of tall people with British accents.
Yeah,
Tall women with British accents.
I would say Famke Jensen.
Too old.
Yeah, but I don't know. Whatever.
Carla Gugino.
Who's that?
Oh my God, that's my Famke Jensen. No, it's not. Who is? Well, she was Gerald's Game.
Oh yeah, nah, too old as well.
Yeah, she's too old as well. Who could play a good Bayonetta? I don't know. I think it'd have to be a no-name, like up-and-comer.
That'd be cool.
You know,
It could be. I mean, honestly, they could find like a Victoria's Secret, or even like a fashion model.
as long as she's got to be like 6'5". I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like Bayonetta is super huge.
She is.
Like she's just like
She's very disproportionate as well. Her legs are ridiculous.
my wife could play Bayonetta.
Oh yeah.
My wife is like 6 feet tall, and her legs look like she's built like a chicken walker from Star Wars. She's got really long legs.
That's what I mean. That is pretty much what Bayonetta looks like.
Yeah, she's
all legs.
She's just got a head. She's just a head on a pair of legs. That'd be a funny mod. But yeah, Bayonetta movie would be interesting.
Mm.
I don't know how you'd. I feel like it'd be just a shitty action movie, but
It would have to be crazy. It would have to be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I
I
like
would
the
just love
boss-
to see a Bayonetta movie.
those boss fights are cool in that game.
Oh, they're amazing. That game is amazing.
That's a good game. I didn't play Bayonetta 2 yet. I used to have it for the Wii U, but I traded it in because it got me a lot of money. Because I had the edition that came with the physical copy of Bayonetta 1,
Oh, yeah?
and those were more sought after.
Oh, see, the one I got with Switch, it's
Yeah.
a download code.
Yep, the Bayonetta 1 was a download code, but this was for the Wii U. So
There was a
disc.
Wii U version with a
Yep.
actual physical disc of Bayonetta with it.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yep, and so that was pretty good. Or maybe it was a physical disc. The second one. Well, it had 2 physical discs, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. So I didn't play it the second one because I had Bayonetta for the PlayStation 3 too, but then I traded that one in too.
That was not a very good port on the PS3 because I remember playing it originally on the PS3 because I never had a
Switch.
Wii U.
Yeah, Wii U.
And yeah, it's just a really crappy port on the PS3. Didn't run very well. Didn't look very good.
How's it looking now with this one on the Switch?
It looks okay. They definitely didn't like up-res anything.
Sure.
So it's pretty much a straight up port. But whatever.
Yeah,
It's fine.
They don't
It's
have
still a
anything
great
else
game.
really coming out for it. Well, I guess the new Smash was coming out.
I heard about that.
What about a Smash style horror game where you play as like different horror guys and they all fight each other around?
I thought there was supposed to be a horror icon fighting game, like a pretty much a fan made, like independent.
Oh, you know what? I think I did see something like that. It was really shitty looking.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it was.
That's what it was.
It would be fun.
Yeah,
that would be a fun like have the Mortal Kombat guys do that because they've already put a couple horror movie things. They already got like 5 dudes. They got Leatherface, Jason, Freddy Krueger, Predator, Alien.
Yeah,
there's 5.
And then they wouldn't have to
Michael Myers. You could add him.
Like with the Injustice, they wouldn't have to edit out the blood and. Actually, I think there is blood in Injustice.
There's like a little blood, but there's no like killing moves.
Yeah. So they could have
Laurie
fatalities.
Yeah, you could have like all these different horror. It doesn't have to just be the killers. It could be like the heroines and heroes. You know?
Definitely.
Laurie Strode. Who else could you do? Who'd be your dream?
Well,
team?
this is kind of the same discussion as who would we want in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, you could just take the cast of everything we've ever said about Dead by Daylight. You could just take them and put them in a fighting game.
Yeah.
That plays like Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd buy it.
I'd buy shit. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't like supporting fighting games.
Yeah, I like fighting games.
They should die off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No. One day.
No.
When I get cancer, that's going to be my make-a-wish.
Fighting games can't exist anymore?
Yes.
Man, that's going to be sad when that doesn't come true.
I know.
Sorry, kid.
Oh, why? Oh. So what have you been watching, playing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
I tried a whole bunch of other strategy RPGs out. All part of that Nippon Ichi. So I goofed around with La Pucelle. Nope. What did I play? Disgaea 2, maybe? Well, in any case, I was
talked about Disgaea last week.
Yeah, I've been playing. I've been thinking about getting into one of those. I just haven't been. So as far as monsters go, I've been playing the Monster Hunter.
Nope.
Yeah, you have been. I've been playing that. Yeah, I've been playing that.
Nope.
Game. There's monsters in it.
Sure.
There's dragons.
Sure.
And you fight them.
Oh, yawn.
It's the best game ever made. It's the best boring game ever made.
I'd rather probably play that football manager simulator than play Monster Hunter ever again. Oh God, what a terrible waste of existence that is.
It's the best game ever made. So much fun. I don't know why I have fun with it.
It's fine. I mean,
I agree. It's like you just go on a map, you chase down a monster, and then you just keep chasing them down, and
over and over again.
And then you kill, and you just I didn't get enough Rathalos carapaces, so now I got to go fight them again.
Let's try to break the tail off this time.
Yep. I play mostly by myself. Sometimes I'll join a random here or there, just like SOS stuff.
Yeah.
But I play mostly by myself, so I think that's maybe why I enjoy it more, because it's harder then. Because
oh sure,
it's kind of got that Diablo effect. If you're teamed up with 4 people that have any idea of what they're doing, it's pretty easy to fuck up a monster.
Yeah. Before I forget,
yeah,
I just want to say I did buy the Necromancer. In Diablo 3
for the PlayStation 4.
Yes,
it did come out for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Oh, because I almost picked that up again this weekend,
and it was on sale for I think it's still $10, $9 or $10
for the DLC.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I have it on the computer because I just prefer to play that game on the computer. Sure. But I was thinking about picking that up for the PlayStation to co-op it with the wifey. But then I was like, nah. There's no, because I wasn't sure if they released the Necromancer for it.
Yeah. No, it's still currently on sale. So if you are listening to this before next Tuesday,
Corpse Explosion. That's what I was using the most.
I don't know why I bought it because I didn't really intend. I didn't have any sort of like drive to get back into Diablo 3. I just saw it was on sale, and so I was like, yeah, whatever.
Good. You know what I would do is just play through it once with the Necromancer and see what you think. I was my thing. Diablo 3 is really good. You know, they fixed a lot of the crap that was wrong with it when it first came out, but it's no Diablo 2.
Yeah.
There's just something about, but like Diablo 2 gets super stupid at the end, like because I started doing just rush mode, where you get rushed, and then so every ladder or this season you just basically have people take you from level 1 to 80 in a night.
Oh, sure.
Almost, and then you just go into a room, hey, free shit, and then people just give you, oh, I got full Trangul's armor, you know, and makes you look like one of those necromancer guys. And but I was actually, it's funny we bring up Diablo. I've been looking for a way to play Diablo 1 again.
Oh yeah.
Unless you have a disc, and even if you have a disc, it is hard to get that game to work.
There's no like ROMs of it.
You can get ROMs, but like there's like you got to like get a bunch of shit to get it to work. They've never ported it.
Yeah.
And so it's a bitch to get to work.
Huh.
And that sucks. I would really like to play Diablo 1.
I love those games.
So I don't understand why they don't do that. Like, I mean, I understand, like, well, then if they wanted to bring the multiplayer along with it, then you have to, like, support the multiplayer, have all that server shit.
Yeah.
But just bring it back and, there's no multiplayer.
Not even necessarily, like, just have it not dedicated servers. If you want to play online or multiplayer, you have to host the game yourself.
Sure.
Just do it that way.
And that would, it would be great. That would be a lot of fun. I don't know. It'd be cool to build like a computer with like Windows 98 on it and play Diablo again.
Wasn't that back in like Windows 95?
Actually, I think you're right. I think Diablo 1 came out in like 96. So yeah, Diablo 2 would have been Windows 98.
Yeah.
Well, it's still Windows 9. Probably still worked on Windows 95, but Diablo, what a great series.
Mm-hmm.
What if they made a World of Diablo game? I think I might give that MMO a whirl.
I probably would. Actually, not even probably. I definitely would.
Yep, I definitely would. I don't know if I'd stick with it, but I would definitely try it. The only problem I have is whoever does art at Blizzard should not work there anymore.
It is a very unique, like, recognizable style. Mm-hmm. But it is, like, especially for a game like Diablo.
Yeah.
It's very cartoony.
Let me rephrase. Whoever does the art at Blizzard shouldn't work on Diablo. Just bring in new artists and bring back that grittiness from the first two games. And, God, it'd be cool if World of Diablo was just like a 2D isometric game too, and this giant world. That'd be awesome. Shitty old 90s graphics.
That reminds me, there was, or maybe it still is, a like 2D side-scrolling MMO RPG called Maple Story. There's probably a lot more too, but
yeah, I remember
that's
Maple
one
Story.
I remember playing.
Yep, I remember Maple Story.
Yeah.
What's that other one that people play a ton of? RuneScape? I don't know.
There's people still playing Ultima.
Yeah.
So.
I was watching it was random like people on Twitch stuff, and this guy like passed out after fighting this like really hard boss on some. And the graphics of this game suck, but people play the shit out of this game. I don't know what it's called.
Huh.
Some MMO. But what else? What else have I done? Yeah, just Monster Hunter.
You can play Torment, Tides of Numenera.
I did start that. That game looks like garbage water.
And, okay, so I'm trying to think. Is that the same? Is it like a spiritual successor to Planescape?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's actually based on the rules for the game Numenera.
Yeah.
The tabletop game. Like, it plays like how that game is described. And so I like that it has a tabletop feel, and I don't mind all the reading. I wanted to get into the game.
Yeah.
Just to see how it plays. So I think I could actually get into it. I just wasn't in it was like midnight when I started it. My problem with it is actually just the character models look like generic 3D.
They're so bad.
Xbox era is
Yeah,
what like. It feels like an Xbox game.
It's so bad. But so it's been like many, many years since I've played Planescape Torment, but I don't remember it playing like that. I thought it was more like a Baldur's Gate style game.
Oh, it was exactly. I think it was made by Black Isle.
That's what I
Studios.
thought.
Yep.
So that's when I popped in Tides of Numenera. I was like, "What is this?"
It's a turn-based game.
Yeah. What is this garbage?
It's become more turn-based as opposed to because like you can. Planescape and Baldur's Gate is essentially turn-based because it's a random number generator that's doing your attacks.
But I thought Baldur's Gate was real-time combat.
Well, there is a real-time combat one, but that one's for the consoles.
Oh.
The other ones are not real-time combat. You just click on an enemy, your characters run over to it and then you just wait for it to kill it. It plays like KOTOR and all those games. All those games by like BioWare.
Oh, sure.
They all play that way. The Baldur's Gates for the PS2 and the Xbox, those and like they play. They're a lot like those, like the Champions of Norath games, which I actually played a little bit of that recently too.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was tough. That I remember playing the shit out of that game, but like, oh, that is sluggish. It is sluggish. It's not as crisp. Now, my problem with those 2D isometric or even 3D, those 3D top-down, dungeon crawlers on consoles is aiming with the controller as opposed to mouse clicking.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's just like real-time strategy games. Like, how can you play those games on console?
Oh, yeah, because, like,
with a controller. Like, I
want to click all these guys, but I got this fucking controller.
I mean, I know they have, like, a system for it and all that, and I've even played. I think I played Halo Wars.
Sure.
And probably a Command and Conquer on like the PS2 or something. But
yeah. Now I will applaud Blizzard for their port of Diablo 3 to the PlayStation.
Yeah,
that
I think on a controller it actually handles very well.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah, you just don't get that good feeling of click, 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 click.
And it is a little bit goofier for like spells and stuff. Oh. Like I know, like the first time I played Torchlight, I would play it on the Xbox 360, and it like there was a spell. It was like the meteor spell.
Yep.
Well, on the computer, you just point at the ground where you want it to hit. Well, for the Xbox, you have to it was determined by how far you pulled the trigger.
Oh, weird.
It was some weird shit. So it was really hard to.
So it was almost like a slingshot.
Yeah. Yeah, so you had to I wanted to go about this far away from my character. Like, I wish they would have done a thing where it would show you how far it's going to go. So you could just be like, I want to go there, and then you, you hit a trigger to get the little meter to come out. And then, but, yeah, Torchlight. For as much as I bitch about how much cuter Diablo 3 looked than Diablo 2, I played the shit out of Torchlight. But, yeah, what have you been doing?
So I watched that Veronica on the Netflix.
Yeah, I got pretty hyped up for that, and then you watched it, and now I'm not hyped up anymore.
Oh, so I think I kind of, I don't know if you really understood what I was saying. It's a great movie.
Okay.
It's just not the scariest movie I've ever seen.
Sure.
As it's being touted out there.
Yeah, I mean, I had people coming up to me at work like, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? I'm like, no, I didn't even know. Apparently it came out 3 years ago. I had no idea.
But yeah, it's made by one of the people that made Rec.
Yeah, but didn't they also make the remake of Inside?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, maybe. Oh, they did. They totally did. So, whatever. Can't use that anymore, I guess. But, yeah, it's not even close how much better this is to the Inside remake. But I think they just wrote that remake.
Inside?
They didn't direct it, yeah.
Well, the writing is just as bad.
That's true.
That is a terrible movie.
I'm trying to make excuses, but
hey, you know what? They got
can't
wrecked.
save it.
They got wrecked.
They
That's
got
fine.
wrecked. That's good enough.
That's good. Hey, you can't knock them off. I mean, John Carpenter has got a couple duds.
Just a couple.
But
Ghosts of Mars. But yeah, it's maybe it's just me as well. Like paranormal ghost movies don't really get me as much. And that's what this is.
Okay.
It's essentially a Ouija summoning an evil spirit. That's the basic premise.
Oh, I thought those were already movies called a Ouija.
Yep, and this one is far better than those as well.
Oh, so Veronica is better than the Ouija movies.
Yes.
Is it even better than Ouija Origin of Evil by our favorite guy?
Yes. Far better.
Can't
Far
remember
better.
that guy's name now, and we love him.
Flandamadingadong.
Oh yeah, Michael Flanagan.
Yes. So yeah, I would say watch it. Definitely.
Okay.
It's good.
Cool.
Based on a true story, apparently.
Well, every horror movie is based on a true story.
And the thing I haven't looked into it at all, so if you are listening or watching this, let us know. It shows like what appears to be real life like photographs of like almost like crime scene photographs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if those are actually real.
So apparently what I heard was the cops corroborated the story as it being true.
Mm.
That's what I've heard. I don't know.
Well, it's supposedly based on a police report from the lead detective.
Gotcha.
Supposedly.
Okay.
Supposedly.
It's probably more fun to think that it's real, like when the Blair Witch first came out.
Yeah.
Now it's like, what a dumb thing that happened there. Hey, speaking of hauntings, I was listening to some doom metal today.
Oh.
And I found a band called Bell Witch.
Hmm.
And I looked up what Bell Witch was. Like, I wanted to look into the band.
Yeah.
See what they're like, like just, read about. I like to read about bands.
I've heard of this Bell Witch.
Yeah, they're good. And the Bell Witch is a old Southern, like, ghost story.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I haven't heard the band Bell Witch, but I've heard the term Bell Witch before.
Yeah,
but I don't know what it is.
It's a story about a family that lived down south and this like entity tormenting them. But it was weird. So it was like nice to the wife and it respected the husband, but like it was like throwing things and like pinching people and putting pins in people's feet.
Oh, that's creepy.
And like doing creepy things. So maybe we make a Bell Witch movie.
Oh.
But yeah, Bell Witch is a doom metal band. It's pretty good. Really drony, if I remember correctly. I type in top 100 doom metal albums, and I just like, who's this? Okay, who's this? And if it's something I like, then I'll download it.
Yeah,
on my Spotify. Spotify, greatest thing ever made.
I got my wisdom teeth taken out.
That's horrible.
That was pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
I got to. After they took them out, I got to look at them.
Oh, yeah? So weird, aren't they?
They're all bloody and, yeah.
Have you ever had any other teeth pulled?
No, never.
Oh, so the first time I got teeth pulled, we may have talked about this. I weeped. And it sucked because they stick you in the gums with a needle.
Yeah.
And how did you handle that?
Okay, so I had been in so much pain before that.
Yeah.
It was literally nothing. Like... Yeah, it was. I mean, I could feel the needle going in, sure. But as far as pain, it was incomparable.
So I think I was worked up about the idea of getting a needle shoved into my gums.
Sure.
And so I think that's what upset me. Plus, I think I was like 10 when I got my first teeth pulled, or 12 or something. But after that first time, then I had to go in for a few more times because they had to make room for my adult teeth coming in, so they pulled teeth. It was cool because they stick you in the gums so you can't feel nothing.
Yeah,
but you can feel like them yanking, and you can feel like the pressure give out, like when they get the teeth out.
Yes.
Woo! It's weird.
It is. I mean, like all I had heard before this was like how gruesome, or not gruesome, but how like intense like wisdom teeth extraction is.
Yeah.
And yeah, it really was not bad at all.
Yeah, because you said they were able to pull all of them except for one, right? And just pull them.
Yep.
See, that's what I see. They put me out. I don't know why that's how they do it where I went. So they put me out, and I had 3 of them just came right out.
Yeah.
And then the other one had a cavity in it and was like, so they had to break it and then like cut my gum open and pull the pieces out individually.
Yeah.
Then sew it up, and
yeah, they had to do a little bit of like grinding on one of them, but yeah, otherwise it was just one that was a little bit of a hassle.
Sure.
So they had to cut it in half. Yeah, it is a very weird. I had the option of getting put under, but I was like, whatever. I just want this pain to be gone.
Have you ever been put under before?
No.
Oh, you should have done it. It's weird.
See, I wanted to drive myself home though.
Oh yeah.
That was the whole thing.
Gotcha.
Because I left work early and went and did that, and I just wanted to get home, whatever.
Sure. Yeah. I remember I had to get put out to get a cyst removed, and I'm not little, and I was wheeled into the operating room by like a little like nurse. She's like, "Okay, we're gonna give you the anesthetic, then we're gonna have you help us get you on the table." I'm like, "Okay," and so they hit me with the stuff, and I didn't remember anything.
Right.
And so when I was coming to, the nurse was like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "I'm fine, but." Who got my fat ass up on that table? And she started laughing. Don't worry, we had people come in. We got you up there. I'm like, okay. Well, who put my pants on? And then she started laughing again because I just had like the gown on with my boxers.
Sure.
And I woke up with my sweatpants on. I'm like, who put my pants on? So they take care of you when you're put out.
Yeah.
But then I got put out it was like 7 minutes to get my wisdom out. Oh, I got put out for a colonoscopy too.
Oh,
yep. They put you out for that. Then the doctor.
Why?
I don't know. I was happy that they did because I don't want to be awake for any kind of procedures.
You don't want to
get. Because now they do that kind of shit for dentistry now. Like if you just want to go to a dentist, they'll put your ass out for it now. That's what I want.
That's so sad.
I don't like being awake for. I wish I could just like go get my physical. Like my physical yearly checkup, get put out for that.
Well, I wish I could just go to work, get like you won't remember anything for 8 hours, and then I'll just wake up and I'll be done with work.
That would be sweet. I wish there was some kind of like you could just like go to work and not realize you're at work for 8 hours, and all of a sudden you fall asleep essentially when you get to work, and then you wake up and you're leaving, and you got everything done. And you were super efficient, but you're like, I don't remember doing shit. Then you go home.
This is so This is so. It could be very much like Orwellian future, but at the same time, it is kind of cool.
Yeah. You think you're going to to work to put stuff away. What's really happening is like you're getting passed around, or like you're like an assassin or something. It's just, oh yeah. What did you do all day? I have no idea.
Yeah, they could get
rid
rid
of
of
me.
They could get rid of like all the people that mess around at work, like don't get work done.
Well, because they would get work done.
Yeah, it'd be like a programming type thing.
It'd be great.
Block your cognitive self.
Yeah, see, what they could do is they could put like nanomachines or something in your brain, do something, right? Mm-hmm. Then they program your workload into your brain, and then they just shut you down.
Yep.
So you are asleep, but your body still works.
Yes, and knows exactly what to do.
Yeah. We'd all be walking around like people being attacked by Freddy in Dead by Daylight. Walk around doing our job. Yeah. That'd be great. I want that.
I would.
Does anything ever happen at work that you would need to be awake for? No.
Sometimes a fire alarm goes off.
Oh,
that's exciting.
But you could program that. It's like when this alarm goes off, you got to leave, and then they program it. You get in single file lines, and you just. Yeah, I mean, I prank my one coworker quite a bit. I would miss that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's definitely things I'd like at work, but for the most part, if I had the option, black me out. Oh, yeah. Black me out for 8 hours. I'll be fine with it. Yeah. Fuck, I'll work a 14-hour day if I don't have to actually be there to work it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, especially too if it counted as sleep. Like if you felt rested
Oh my
afterwards.
God, yeah.
Oh, this is a beautiful idea.
Dreams.
So you just work, like you go to work at I work an 8-hour day or whatever.
Yeah.
I would work 14-hour days.
Easily.
Easily. Yeah.
You get off work, you're completely refreshed.
Yeah,
You have
you're
your entire night or day ahead of you.
This is a power that I've wanted. Like I have these ideas of magic powers that I want. One of them is to manipulate time.
Oh.
But not like go backwards or this and that. I just want to be able to pause time. Just pause it. So what I would do
I know what you do.
I would stay up until I have to go to work, right? And then pause time. And then sleep forever. I would take like a 10-hour nap, unpause time when I wake up. I've only slept for technically a minute, but it's been like 10 hours and I go to work like feeling great. But I've been able to stay up for the entire 24 hours of the day. 23 hours and 59 minutes.
Okay, so if you have time paused,
yeah,
how does anything work? Like anything you want to do,
it doesn't. That's the trade-off. You got to have a trade-off.
So what would you do in all this time?
Well, say for example, like I would use it to sleep. So basically, it's like even in high school, let's say, I got to get this paper done. Oh no, I got to go to, I got 4 hours to work on it, but I need to get sleep. Well, you just work for that 4 hours and get it done. And then you can still get as much sleep as you could possibly need because you can just pause time.
I get it now. Yeah. I'd be down with that.
Or maybe things that don't require electrical charge or like any mechanical thing apart from your body. Like a pencil might work. So you could like maybe write while time is paused.
Write like 10 novels?
Yeah. It'd be great. It's like, what'd you do last night? I wrote 10 novels in the span of a minute. But I wouldn't tell you can't tell any people you have these powers.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise they'll get you.
Yeah. Did you ever see that movie with Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried where they have like the time in their arm?
Oh, yeah, and they use it as like currency?
Yeah.
What was that called?
Time Crimes. Just kidding. That's the other movie I want to watch. I don't remember what that movie was called, but it was interesting. Like people stop aging.
Yeah.
Because like I was confused at first when I saw it because Olivia Wilde, I think, was Justin Timberlake's mother. I'm like, what?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she dies because she didn't have enough time to stay on the bus, and she needed to get to the he had all that because that guy left him all like 300 years worth of time or something like that. Yeah. And so he was going to give some to his mother, but he didn't make it, because she couldn't get on the bus long enough, and the bus driver kicked her off.
That's right.
And so that's a fucked up. It was a not a very good movie, but it was an interesting premise. Yeah. Time.
You ever see Alpha Dog?
No, I didn't.
I think that's what it's called.
That's got Justin Timberlake and what's that kid's name? Emil Hirsch?
Is it? You might be right.
I think he plays like the bad guy or something.
Oh,
I can't remember.
It's a pretty good movie. It's probably one of my favorite Justin Timberlake movies.
Did you ever see Trolls?
Trolls?
Yeah.
Like the animated?
Yeah.
No, I don't have kids.
That's got Justin Timberlake in it.
Boo.
Oh,
what was what was that really weird movie? It has Justin Timberlake. I think it has The Rock.
What?
And Justin Timberlake does like a musical number to a Killers song.
Don't know.
Oh man, what? I think it was made by the guy that made Donnie Darko.
Don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, what the?
Be Cool?
No.
That's got The Rock in it. Fast and the Furious 7.
God, I want to say... This is going to drive me crazy.
Do you ever play the game Zero Tolerance?
Zero Tolerance?
Yeah, that's like the original Dead Space. It was a 3D. Well, it wasn't really 3D, but it was.
What system was it on?
Sega. Huh. Sega. It was a first-person shooter. And you're on a space station and you're fighting monsters.
Justin Timberlake has done way too much stuff.
You having trouble finding it?
Yeah.
You should just Google Justin Timberlake and The Rock movie. I bet you'll find it.
I should have just looked up Donnie Darko. Southland Tales. I didn't even find it on here, and I just remembered it.
I don't remember. I've never heard of that.
Southland Tales.
Donnie Darko's come up now 2 weeks in a row. I think time travel has too, or like some time manipulation has come up in 2 weeks in a row here.
Means we should probably watch Time Crimes next week.
I think that's a phenomenal idea.
Yeah. Need to get this time off our mind.
I have Time Crimes. I found it at a Half Price Books.
Oh, nice. We got some news to cover before we get into this.
Shit, let's do this. Go.
All right. So I think it was last week, maybe the week before, we talked about a rumor that Rob Zombie was going to be making another Devil's Rejects movie. And now it is confirmed. He has started shooting 3 from Hell.
Okay. I want to see him do a kids movie. I want to see him do something that like is completely out of his wheelhouse.
He made that cartoon wrestling movie.
El Super Bisto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't really for kids though.
Nope. No, I don't know. It just seems like this is his like. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got Devil's Rejects. You got the Salem one. What's that called? You got 31.
Yeah.
31 was bad. But
it had its moments.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
See, I think Devil's Rejects is the best thing that Rob Zombie has ever done.
Okay.
Movie-wise.
Sure. But it doesn't have Rainn Wilson in it.
Rainn Wilson?
Yeah, he's in
he is in House of a Thousand. Yeah, that's right.
But don't they both have that
movie's so
Captain
boring,
What's-His-Face guy?
That movie is so boring.
Doesn't both movies have Captain What's-His-Face
Spaulding?
in it? Yeah.
Yeah. That movie's boring.
Sure. Yeah, I remember it.
So boring. Yeah. I'm excited for this.
What do you like
just
better?
Because I do like Devil's Rejects.
Okay. We should do Devil's Rejects one day. I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I have seen it. I'm pretty sure.
It's one of the few movies of his that Sherry Moon isn't like terrible.
Well, I mean, yeah, she was really bad in 31.
She wasn't bad in that witch movie.
What?
The witch movie? Salem.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though. Salem's, whatever. I mean, as far as her acting in the Halloween movie didn't bother me. I thought she was fine in that.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for the whole backstory idea, but like I think she acted well in that. She was good in Devil's Rejects. Yeah. I don't know. I just said whole Rob Zombie's his whole genre, like his style,
his shtick.
His shtick is not my bag, baby.
Yeah, 31 kind of exemplifies that. Like that is Rob Zombified to the max.
You see, I even think though, like, God, I don't even know what that is though, because I feel like there's a gritty realism to his other movies, whereas that just seemed completely. You know what that seemed like? It seemed like he watched The Running Man, and he was like, I can do that. And so he did, and it doesn't have this is Sub-Zero now.
Right.
He is Plain Zero. That doesn't have that in it, so it's no good.
No. Yeah, that's not a good movie.
Nope. And I don't care for that one.
Check out our episode on 31 somewhere out there.
Don't even do it. Don't.
I believe that was pre-YouTube, so you'll have to find it on the iTunes.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Nun.
Oh,
that Conjuring spinoff.
Sure. Yeah. Is it coming out?
Eventually.
Oh, who cares?
But the director has now said that he is going to predominantly feature practical effects over CGI.
Okay, now I'm interested.
Yes. He did say, now I always see this. He said, we're going to use practical effects, but then we're going to use CGI to sort of just add some flourish to them.
The only reason you
And
should
you know
use
what
CGI
happened?
with practical effects is to just hide a string
Sure.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Now, a perfect example of this, and I don't know if you've seen it, but The Thing prequel reboot, it's a prequel. Let's just call it what it is. It's a prequel. They originally had practical effects, and then they completely layered CGI on top of the practical effects, so you can't even tell anything is practical anymore. That's what I'm concerned about whenever anyone mentions this, that they're going to use CGI to just add a little more to it. No,
Don't do that.
don't do it.
Use it to hide things
Yes.
at most. But otherwise, if you can get the shot without it, it just looks so dumb.
Yeah, I hate CGI.
There's some CGI that is all right.
Jurassic Park.
Holy shit, yeah.
It's the only movie. Oh, okay, that's a lie. Neil Blomkamp does very,
Sure.
very
Hey, T-1000
great.
was pretty good.
First time, yeah.
First time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everything else is, practical.
Yeah. And Planet of the Apes movies aren't bad either.
Oh,
They're pretty decently well-made
Yeah.
CGI.
sure.
But
I guess.
yeah,
I don't know. Caesar looks pretty fake.
it's because they gave him like a very human face,
Sure.
and I think that throws it off. I don't know. I can always tell. It always just takes me out of the experience.
Ever seen Attack on the Block?
Yes,
I like the CGI in that.
I like that movie a lot. We should do an episode on that someday.
I agree.
Yep. Okay, so I meant to bring this up when we were talking about Veronica, but Netflix has released its 10 too scary movies for people to finish. Now, this is a list of movies that people of... Okay, time out.
Are these movies currently on Netflix?
I believe so.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a list compiled of movies that a good amount of people have started watching at least 70% of the way through and then stopped.
Cool.
So I'm going to go through this list and you tell me whether it's because the movie is dumb and sucks or if it maybe could be too scary for a person.
All right.
Here we
Hit me
go.
with your best shot.
First up is Cabin Fever.
What?
Now I don't know if this is if it's talking about the reboot or the original Cabin Fever.
Yeah,
Cabin Fever.
I don't know. Cabin Fever. Wait, Cabin.
Eli Roth.
No, that's Cabin in the Woods, I thought.
No,
What's the one with Ryder Strong?
that's probably Cabin in the Woods.
I think that's Cabin Fever, where the girl's shaving her legs.
Oh yeah, yep.
With her, she's shaving her legs and the skin comes off.
That's Cabin Fever. Yep.
Yeah. So people can't finish that movie.
Well, so that's the hard thing to tell here. If
Is it dumb or is it scary? I
Yes.
think that one's dumb. I didn't mind it.
I liked it.
I thought it was all right, but too scary.
If you're making it 70% of the way through, though,
Maybe you just get bored. Maybe it's dumb, too scary, or you just get bored because you've already seen it. I mean, it is like the American Pie of like.
it is a
Horror
movie
movies.
that you probably should have seen. So if you're just watching it, but that's still a very specific point, like at least 70% of the way through.
It's weird. I'm gonna watch that one now because I've sat
It
through that one for
only
at least.
ramps up, like it only ramps up from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, and it was just I liked watching it because Ryder Strong.
I
Like, hey,
like-
Boy Meets World guy.
I like Giuseppe Andrews. I think that's his name. He plays the sheriff.
Oh yeah,
He's very good in that movie.
sure.
Okay, next up is... Now, I've never heard of this movie.
Okay.
So I want to check it out now. Carnage Park.
Oh
You ever heard of that?
Nope.
All right, so we can't give our input on that.
Oh, we're gonna have to do that one.
This one was the subject of, I think, the second episode of Scream Fiends.
Oh, what is it?
Mexico Barro.
Oh, yeah. That I wasn't on that episode.
Yes,
that was
the man upstairs.
That was the man upstairs.
I think, was it the second episode? I know it was a very early episode.
Yeah, I think it was like it might have been.
Yeah.
No. Okay, gotta watch that one.
That one. So you haven't seen that one? It does get a little bit. But if you're, that's the thing with this entire list. Like, if you're 70% of the way through a movie, I don't know what compels you to stop watching unless you've seen it before and you just don't feel like finishing. But this is saying like a large amount of people are stopping,
and they're stopping because it's too scary. That's what they're saying.
That's what they're implying. Yes.
But we're saying it might just because it's dumb.
Yes.
Okay. I don't remember. I didn't see that one, so I can't say. Next.
All right. Piranha, and this has to be the remake because I don't think they have the original on Netflix.
Wait. The one that movie was dumb.
Yeah, this movie is dumb.
That movie was super dumb.
But it also has boobs.
Well, it's got Gianna Michaels in it.
But the boobs kind of stop before the 70% mark. So.
But what's that guy's name that's in things that you know his face, but
Jerry O'Connell?
Yes, him. Yes, Truffle Shuffle. No, that's not Truffle Shuffle. That's the kid from. He was in Lean on Me.
He was in Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. That's what I was thinking of. Not. He wasn't the chunky kid from Goonies, but he's a chunky kid from Stand By Me. But he gets his penis eaten by piranhas. I remember that.
That might have been in Double D.
No, that was
3DD.
No, I don't think. Oh,
the sequel.
Piranha 3D.
3DD.
3DD.
Double D's.
I've only seen the one Piranha movie.
I can't remember if it was the first one or
second one. It was
second
the first one. He gets his penis eaten.
Oh, because it's Eli Roth in the second one. That's like the Girls Gone Wild guy.
Really?
I think. If I remember right.
You know what's funny? Like, if they were to ever do like a documentary about that Girls Gone Wild guy, I can't remember his name.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell could be that guy.
Oh, totally.
If they did a story about him, like a biopic of that guy, Jerry O'Connell could do it. Yeah.
I used to love, back when I was a youngster,
they'd
have the Girls Gone Wild like infomercials.
Yeah.
Late at night.
I remember those.
Oh God, that was
and there was like a half an hour. That
was before you could just hop on the internet.
Yeah, the internet just really. Honestly, the internet has taken the fun out of it.
It really has.
I mean,
you don't get the.
You don't have to work for it anymore.
Infrared channels
where you switch back and forth really quick and you
get glimpses.
You get a glimpse. Sometimes you get a little sound.
Oh.
And then your parents get HBO and Cinemax, and you're just like, I'm gonna go to bed later. I don't got any homework left. Is everybody sleeping? Okay, let's go. And then you just see some guy's butt cheeks and terrible fake boobs.
Yeah. This one was another subject of a Scream Fiends episode.
What do we got?
Raw.
Oh, people didn't finish that one?
I guess.
We finished that one.
Because we had to.
Yeah.
That is a terrible movie, so I completely understand why. I don't know how you would make it to 70%. But
it was very forgettable because I don't remember it. Is that the one with the girl where eats meat?
Yeah, it's like a coming of age sort of story. And she eats her boyfriend. That's gay.
She eats her gay boyfriend?
Yeah.
What?
You remember that? She wakes up and she takes the blanket off and his leg's missing.
Oh yeah.
And then her sister is also it runs in the family.
Yes.
They're all cannibals or zombies
right.
or cannibals. They're not zombies, they're cannibals.
That's right. Because her sister would cause car accidents, right?
Yes.
And then eat people in the car accidents.
Yes.
Yeah.
That movie. That movie was dumb. So that explains that. Next one is Teeth. Now,
it must be the scene where she eats the penis.
But I feel like that's the last 90% of the movie.
So yeah.
95% of the movie.
Sure.
So maybe they stopped watching because they haven't had the vagina teeth yet. Vagina teeth.
Vagina teeth.
So I can see there. It is a very slow burn movie, but
yeah,
the payoff is great. Payoff is worth it.
She's got teeth in her vagina. How did she get teeth in her vagina again? Was it like a twin or something that's living inside her? I can't remember.
I'm not sure if there even was an explanation. Just that she had vagina dentata. Now this one I completely understand why people would not finish watching.
Sure.
The Conjuring.
Is it because they just get is it because it's an emotional abuse with all the jump scares because it's not actually scary?
I don't know, but I watched it on an airplane. So I mean, it was good enough for that.
Sure.
But it was those movies are boring.
Yeah.
So boring. And The Nun is the best thing to come out of these movies. And I'm sure it's going to be great because it has Teza Farmiga, Vera Farmiga's sister.
What? Who's that?
Vera Farmiga played Norma Bates on Bates Motel.
Oh.
That show.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Very attractive lady. And Teza was I think she was in the first season of American Horror Story and the third season, the Coven season, The Witches.
Oh, I've seen Vera Farmiga before.
Yeah.
Oh, probably from The Departed.
Oh, yeah.
And she was in The Conjuring, Orphan, The Conjuring 2, The Commuter. Yeah. And then, so what's her sister's name?
Teza. Taisa.
Oh, she looks familiar too. American Horror Story.
Yes. So this one I can kind of understand too. Human Centipede 2. Or is it second sequence?
I don't remember.
Whatever. Yeah, that movie is messed up. Black and white and...
That guy. That German doctor guy.
Well, he's not in that one.
He's not in that one?
It's the creepy fat guy in the second one.
Because they bring that guy back for the third one.
Yeah, I haven't seen the third one. Because it looked really bad.
You're talking about the bigger guy.
The guy with the buggy eyes.
He's got really big eyes.
Yeah. And again, how you made it 70% of the way through and then stopped, I don't know with that movie. Because if you've already committed 70% of the way.
Oh, remember when they did the human centipede on South Park?
Oh, yeah.
Kyle was at the end. He's like, do you want me to eat the cuttlefish or do you want me to eat, I can't remember what the other thing it was. The guy in the front was like, what do you want me to eat?
Yeah.
Because he's going to shit in his mouth.
Yeah. Now, this one I do not understand.
Yeah.
And you should be ashamed of yourself if you have not finished it.
Sure.
The Void.
The Void?
Yeah.
Did we watch that one?
The not Astron 6. Yeah, we did an episode on The Void.
That sounds familiar. Why can't I remember it? I can't remember anything, but
it's the one at the hospital.
Oh,
it's very Lovecraftian.
Yes.
Astron 6,
that movie.
Not Astron 6, but
yeah. If you didn't finish that
Astron
movie,
6.
you're a dum dum.
Yeah, it does take a severe left turn.
Yeah, and that's why it's great.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
But yeah, you got 30% to go.
Yeah,
come on, people.
Yeah, let's watch it. Let's do another episode on The Void.
And lastly is Jerusalem with a Z.
Oh, I've not seen it, but
I've definitely passed it.
Yeah,
I assume it's a zombie movie.
Yeah, so I looked at they do screenshots of it.
Yeah,
I saw something that looked like a temple with a winged beast monster thing in it being chained down or something.
Huh.
Yeah, Jerusalem. I
Yeah.
bet it's got to be zombies.
It's probably bad. That's why people don't watch it.
So these, yeah, it's weird. It's like, yeah, people don't finish it. They probably just looked at a Matrix, like,
Yeah.
look how this movie gets started and stopped all the time.
Yeah.
It's probably because it's so scary. No, it's because it's dumb.
But yeah, I mean, then you've got the Void, and the Void.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Whatever. You can interpret it.
See, I can
probably
see where
however
people would turn off Cabin Fever at the leg shaving scene.
Oh yeah.
I could see people be like, nope, done with that.
Yo. Another thing we've talked about, the Jason statue
Yeah.
and the lake in Minnesota. The guy that made that statue and placed it there is next up making an Eddie statue, the Iron Maiden character. He's gonna put that in a lake. I think he's putting that one in the same lake as
The
Jason.
one?
And then he's going to make a Freddy statue. And it sounds like he was actually commissioned to make a Freddy statue.
Okay.
And he's putting that in a different lake, I want to say.
Sure.
But
Be cool if the lake or start drying up a little bit, then they see those things.
yeah.
There's I saw this cool there's a church somewhere, I think in South America, and this lake started to dry up, and then this church was coming out of the water because it had been submerged for however many years and stuff.
Yeah.
And people just forgot it was there, I guess. It's cool.
Now, this will be a good lead up to
This
our movie
week's
of the week.
Movie of the week.
Yes. So apparently they're making a sequel to 47 Meters Down, the Mandy Moore starring shark attack movie.
Weird.
And the director says it's going to be The Descent underwater. It's going to be about cave diving and cave dwelling sharks. And it's going to be called, get this, 48 Meters Down. You sold yet?
This
Your
week's
gross wet nose.
movie-
God, it's so gross.
It's sneaky kisses.
Ugh.
My side does that.
How's your nose so wet all the time?
You just you'll just be walking through a house, all of a sudden you'll get this tongue nose thing. You're just
Ugh.
and then she looks at you where are you gonna pet me? I'm like, no, you just slathered on me, you son of a.
God.
Yeah, fuck that movie. 48 Meters Down. Now I like the idea of a horror movie about not necessarily a horror movie, but a scary thriller about cave diving, because that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I've watched things on that,
Uh.
a documentary about cave diving, and this guy went down and his thing hit the top of this cave, and so the sediment got rustled up, it caved in on him a little bit, and he couldn't see where he was going, so he got a little nervous. Because I think he dropped the cord, because you hold a wire while you're going,
Sure.
so that you don't get lost and
I
stuff.
would hope so.
And it's crazy too, because then you'll see where the methane and the water and stuff, you'll see this goofy layer.
Yeah.
It's man, cave diving would be nuts.
That would probably be the scariest thing I could think of doing, besides normal cave. What do they call it? Spelunking?
Oh, you mean just walking around a cave?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be scary. Especially what gets me is the cramped ideas. I went into caves in South Dakota. They have these different cave tours. Where they got lights and railings and stuff, and that was really cool. You get to see these crazy rooms and stuff, and that was cool. I like doing that, but I couldn't imagine going and just walking around a cave.
No, and as far as underwater cave diving, no, because at least with normal caves, you can hear if something is approaching. Probably, you at least have a good chance of hearing what's ahead of you. But if you're underwater, you don't know what's in there.
No.
And yeah, visibility even with a flashlight.
Yeah.
No.
And then the whole fact of like, just like because it's water and stuff like, and erosion stuff might just fall on top of your ass and you're stuck.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
You're not getting
No thanks.
No
thanks.
Half a mountain fell on your face. You're not getting out of there.
Add sharks to the mix? No.
Now, see, now I have a problem with this. I know there are freshwater sharks.
Yes.
I mean, and I imagine there might be cave. I'm sure there's cave systems in the ocean too. But like, the idea of sharks pursuing people,
Stop licking the couch.
like people getting pursued by sharks in cave diving. That whole thing just seems like dumb to me.
I bet they're going to be silly CGI sharks as well.
Yeah.
I would like to see a found footage cave diving horror movie
With like a creepy nun that comes out, like
Yes.
a creepy scuba diving nun.
Yes.
that like comes out and like.
Yes.
I should make movies.
Which brings us to this episode's movie of the week is 2005's The Descent.
I can't believe that movie is that old.
Are you okay? You seem a bit distant.
I'm fine.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
It's wild, man.
Wow.
Wild.
Wow.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I just feels like it wasn't that long ago. I would
No.
have pegged it at 2009, which is apparently when the sequel comes out.
Yeah. This movie is starring Shauna McDonald as Sarah, Natalie Mendoza as Juno, Alex Reed as Beth, Saskia Mulder and Scully as Rebecca, Miana Buring as Sam, and Nora Jane Noon, or no one, as Holly. It's written and directed by Neil Marshall. Now, Neil Marshall also did a movie that I think we should also watch at some point someday
Yeah.
called Doomsday.
Oh,
It's like you never saw Doomsday?
that sounds familiar to me.
It's like a 80s throwback.
Oh,
It's got like little bits of Mad Max, little bits of things here and there.
okay.
It's a throwback.
It sounds like I can almost picture the cover of the movie. Yeah,
I'm sure you've heard of it or seen a trailer or something of it
Sure.
here or there at some point. All right, so this movie starts with some river rafting.
Yeah.
And this totally, it reminded me of a movie I now want to watch. And I think it's called A River Wild with Kevin Bacon. It's all about like a family is whitewater rafting.
Oh, okay.
And then Kevin Bacon is a bad guy.
Oh, yeah?
And he like kidnaps them and they have to go down the river.
Sure. I was thinking,
Such a good movie.
I
I love Kevin Bacon.
A movie with a river in it that I like, and this is gonna probably lose me some credit, but a movie with Brad Pitt called A River Runs Through It. You ever see that one?
The fly fishing movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like that movie.
It was too sad for me.
Yeah, because of Brad Pitt.
I thought the dad dies.
Well, I think he wasn't it played by Tom Skerritt?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Because there was that other movie. Are you thinking that other movie he did, like that was set in the same time period, kind of, where he's like one of like six brothers?
Legend Falls.
Legend of the Fall.
Legend of the Fall. Maybe that is what I'm
because that's
thinking of.
Anthony Hopkins plays the dad and he has a stroke.
Oh yes. I just remember the fly fishing from A River Runs Through It.
Yeah, I don't like that's. If you were a kid in the '90s, you watched that with your parents. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. The other river movie, Mystic River, I think of too.
That was a good movie.
I liked that one.
Yeah.
Who was in that? Who was it? Tim Robbins and Sean Penn?
Yes, that is
Okay.
right. So they're this group of friends.
Yeah, they're great friends.
They're river
They're
rafting.
river rafting.
Having a good old time. They get to the end of their river raft
Yeah, and the
adventure.
and the one lady, her husband and daughter are there,
Yes.
and they're cheering her on.
Yep.
And because they went down the rapids.
And Juno. It's Sarah. It's Sarah's husband and daughter.
Yep.
And Juno, either they playfully push her off the raft,
Yeah.
or she jumps out.
Oh no, she was like, "Hey," or whatever, and then one of them took the oar and pushed her into the water
Okay,
as
yeah.
a joke.
Yep.
And then she swims to the thing, and then
Swims to Paul,
Paul, like, oh, I feel
the husband of Sarah.
because he likes Juno.
I think they've established more than liking.
So
Yeah, Sarah looks over at them, and clearly something is going on.
yeah,
But they get out, and Sarah's going to meet the other two. Who was the other one besides Juno? Was it
Sam?
Rebecca?
Beth.
Beth. It was Beth, I believe.
Well, they were gonna go meet somewhere.
Yep.
And
So
they're chit chatting in the car. It's
Yep,
Sarah
Paul-
and Paul and
Jessica.
and they're driving around and they're having a good old time. But Paul seems a little distant. That's because he's thinking about Juno naked.
Uh-huh.
And Sarah's like, "You seem a little distant, Paul."
Now, what I like about this is that you see it coming.
Yeah.
Like for a solid 5 seconds or so, you see them veering off into the other lane and a car coming.
Yeah.
And I like that because it gives you a chance to be like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like get out
Swerve,
of the way.
swerve, you swerve, you dumb shit.
Instead of like, well, Inside is a good example of like just all of a sudden, boom,
Unless it's the Inside remake where it just goes boom, flip, flap, boom, boom, bam, boom, shoot.
the car is an acrobat. And she's fine. She's not even hurt.
She's like, "Oh, I got a little scrape on my eye."
Oh my god, what a bad movie. What a bad movie. So I really like that, like seeing it coming, and the car that they head on collide with has some poles,
Yep, brass tubings.
brass tubings that shoot out,
And it gets the little girl.
and the Paul.
And well, Paul lives.
No,
What?
no.
Oh, I was confused.
It goes through the right, or
Well, they're British, so it's on the right side.
yeah, and
It's on
he's
the right
driving.
side, and he's driving,
Yeah.
so that makes sense.
So yeah, it impales him and goes right through the head of Jessica, the daughter.
Yep.
So some time has passed. Well,
No.
not really that much. She wakes up
she
in the
wakes
hospital.
up in the hospital, cries because the daughter's gone.
Yep.
But I thought Paul was there, but I guess not.
No. Definitely dead.
Gotcha. Yeah, because okay. So then it goes to they're like a couple years later. They're all getting together to go do some.
Yeah, it's not really clear how much time has
time,
passed. A
But
year, 2 years.
But it's they're gonna try to help Sarah.
yeah, she's
and,
still feeling it. She's still
Yeah, I mean,
a little sad.
But so she
Her
goes.
daughter getting impaled through the head.
Yeah, and so they're gonna go rock climbing in a cave.
Yep, they're in the Appalachian Mountains.
You might say they're gonna descend into a cavern.
Oh.
Some Burma
Oh.
caverns or something. Burman.
Oh, they make a joke out of it because the one calls it the boring. They should call it the boredom.
Oh yeah, because
caverns.
it may as well have railings. It's a tourist trap.
Yeah. It's Chattanooga State Park in the Appalachian Mountains.
All right.
First, they stop at their cabins. They meet everyone at the cabins.
Yep.
It's Sarah, Juno, Beth, Rebecca,
Samantha,
and Sam,
and
who are
Holly.
sisters.
Yep.
Rebecca and Sam are sisters.
And Holly.
And Holly, who is extreme. She's like the super cliche
So you know what I thought of? Like,
extreme
well, and they
character.
take that picture all together, and I was thinking Spice Girls.
Yeah,
And she was like
yep.
the crazy Spice or whatever her name was. Because it even had like the haircut
Scary
from the
Spice?
90s, Scary Spice or something. But like it had like a 90s, she had like a 90s style haircut.
Yeah, very,
and
like
it,
a
like,
spiky,
oh, it just seems so like out of place.
and she's so extreme. She does the extreme sports and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trying to catch that high and base jumping and.
yep. And
I mean, I guess I can't knock people for doing. I mean, for me, leaving my house is enough anxiety. So, like, that's enough of a thrill ride for me. Is leaving my house.
yeah, they're sitting around, and for whatever reason, Sarah brings up "Love Each Day."
Yeah,
I don't know how it gets brought
They
up.
look at a picture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she's like, "Oh, that's something Paul used to say."
yeah. Okay.
Ah.
See, now I thought they asked Sarah if she was dating somebody, and she goes, "Nah, kinda not, or something."
That was Rebecca, I think.
Oh, see, that's I got confused by who was who in this movie.
They look pretty similar, Rebecca and Sarah.
Well, then they get in cars and they go really fast.
Yep. Cruise down the road.
Yeah.
Looks like a Subaru commercial.
It does. But I think one's a Jeep and one's a BMW.
Yes.
Then they get to their location, but Juno takes the boring cave book and sticks it in the car because, she doesn't need the book. That was my idea. Is like, oh, she didn't need the book.
Yeah.
She's already been here.
She wants this to be an adventure.
Yeah, she's like, I'm believing the book. You
Yep.
know, and they go in a cave.
Yep. They rappel down this big hole,
Yep.
and
They, they're hanging out in there. Then they find the next tunnel, and it's a tiny little last thing they gotta crawl through, and they're all going through. And Sarah,
oh wait, they hit the very bad CG bats before that.
that was terrible.
Yeah.
That was super bad.
Oh, and we skipped over the nightmare that Sarah has.
And
Wakes up and looks out the window.
and then she gets impaled by a brass tube.
Yes.
So they're crawling in this hole. This part of the movie, most of the movie at this point, I didn't really care about. But when they get to the scene here where they're crawling through the thing, and Sarah freaks out because she thinks she's stuck, I was like, "Ah!"
It is quite effective.
I thought that was good. And I was
Yeah.
like, you could have like resolved that and ended the movie, and I would have been like, gold.
that could be the entire movie.
That scared me. Gold.
127 hours.
Yeah. So, but they eventually get out. But what happens is the cave system collapses, but they manage to just make it out in
Yep.
time.
They leave some rope behind
Yeah, because they didn't.
in the panic.
Yeah. But then they get mad because they figure out that they're not in the Burma caves; they're in some other unknown caves. Because Juno wanted to have them discover it and then get to name it and blah blah blah.
Yep. She
And
tricked everyone.
She tricked everybody. Now everybody's mad at her.
Yep.
Well, they walk around. They start looking for a way out. And then they find like a cavern, and then Juno's like, "Stop!" And this lady almost falls down 1,000,000 feet.
Well, so before that, I can't remember who it was. If it was Sam, maybe.
No, it was Sarah.
Shining the light.
Yes, and you see
You catch a glimpse.
of a silhouette of a what looks humanoid
Creature hanging out.
I think a good it's in a cave. They kind of crawl around. I'm gonna call them crawlers.
Crawlers.
That's what they're called. But yeah, there's that, and then they go.
They have to cross a gap before that.
Yep, and that was neat. So I think it's Samantha or Sam. No, it's Rebecca. She's the older one. Rebecca's
Or was it Beth?
no, it was not Beth. It was Becca.
Okay.
Rebecca. So she has to essentially monkey bar across a cave ceiling by putting these pegs in there. But then she notices a python or pitting thing already in there. So people have already been in this cave,
Yeah.
which, doesn't bode well for them.
So she hooks her like carabiner onto it. Gets across.
Everybody gets across. Then it's Juno.
Yep.
And she's like, I got to get everything back because we're going to need it. So she's trying to go across without it, but she rotates too much on her because she's holding on with one arm and then pulling and then rehooking the thing.
Yep.
And she rotates too much and loses her grip and falls. But they have the rope, so they catch her.
Yeah.
But then it like fucks up Rebecca's hands.
But it rips out that old python that's stuck in there.
Yep. And then she falls and hits the wall.
Yep.
And then they pull her up.
Was it Sam's hands that get all cut up?
It was Rebecca's.
Oh.
Yep. And so they
Wait, so that
up.
doesn't make sense because if Rebecca's the one that's oh, that's right, it's Juno that's
Juno,
crossing at
yeah.
this point. Okay.
So they get across and they're looking around.
They see a cave drawing.
They see cave drawings and it looks like there's two entrances, so they think, oh, there's a way out.
Yep.
Well, Holly gets excited and just starts running. She thinks she sees light, but it's just some phosphorescent rock or something.
Yeah.
But she ends up falling down a hole, gets her leg all busted up.
Her bone is sticking out.
Yep. So they go down there to help her. They get her out of the water.
She did not seem to be in as much pain as you would think someone would be with a bone sticking out of their leg.
She could be in shock.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
But
sure.
But then when they were trying to shove the bone back in, she was in some excruciating pain
that's
there.
true.
But yeah, then they get attacked.
Well, they see it's another one of those shining the flashlight things, and they see one of the crawlers like drinking water.
Yep.
Out
And
of
well,
a
Sarah
pool.
sees it again, and then she's
Yeah.
like, "I seen this," and they're like, "No, it's the dark. It's playing tricks on you because you were scared." And she's like, "No, we gotta get out of here." Blah 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 blah.
Yep. Then yeah, Holly gets her throat ripped out.
By a monster.
Yep, they're all getting attacked. They
all
all kind of separate. And then Juno gets attacked.
Yeah, but then she's whooping ass though
with her little pickaxe.
Yeah, and then what happens though? Is,
she defeats one of the
yeah,
monsters.
and then Beth was coming up to slap hands, but she got scared thinking it was another monster. Turns around and swings and ice picks Beth in the neck,
right through the neck.
and then she's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry," but then she leaves her there to bleed out.
But in her dying fall,
Yeah.
grabs Juno's necklace. And Juno
We'll get
just
to
leaves
that.
her there.
Yep, and Juno's like, well. And then the rest of this, like this big chunk here before they get back to it, is just different ways that these monsters pursue them.
Yeah, they're all separated at this point in different areas.
Yeah, so I think Rebecca and Sam get back together. And they're laying on top of each other, and they're being super quiet because they figured out that these monsters, the crawlers, are blind. And they hunt by sound, like bats. Sarah, she
ends up finding Beth.
she's got the night vision camera, and she's watching them eat Holly, but not really watching them. But then that gets close to her, and she thinks, "Oh, they're gonna get me." But then somebody else shouts, so they all leave.
Yeah.
Then she's looking around, and she makes a torch, and Holly's there in pieces. But then, yeah, like you said, she finds Beth, and Beth says that Paul gave Juno this necklace, and Juno left me here to die, and blah blah blah. So she's like,
Don't trust Juno.
And Sarah's like, "I'm gonna fuck that bitch up."
She looks at the necklace, and it says, "Love each day."
Yeah. So Paul gave that to Juno. Anyways, Juno does some more ass whooping.
Sarah turns into kind of a badass too at this point.
Yep, she does some badassery.
And she kills one of the crawlers, but then a female crawler comes, and it must have been her mate.
Yeah.
And she gets real upset.
She's super pissed.
Chases after Sarah.
Yeah.
And Sarah falls into this big old pool of blood.
Yeah.
Like nasty entrails and whatnot in there.
It's icky, gross.
and she's all stealthy. She stealthily rises from the water,
She did pretty good.
but the crawler lady leaps on her back,
She fights her off though.
gets a
A log. No,
antler.
a bone.
Yeah.
It looked like a femur, and she whacks that lady.
See, I thought it was like a little antler.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah,
But she
stabs her
wins.
right in the eye.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What else happens then? So when do we get to the scene with Rebecca and Sam trying to do some rock climbing?
Oh
yeah, 'cause
that's
they're-
next.
Yeah, they're trying to run away, and
Yep.
Sam and Rebecca are trying to climb, but now Rebecca's hands are all fuckity doo dah. So
Right.
Sam tries to go across, and so she's doing the whole thing,
Mm.
and then she gets her little thing in there. She's holding onto the rope. Now her hands are hurt, and then they realize one of the crawlers are hanging from the ceiling.
Yep.
So she pulls out her knife, and the thing comes over to get her and like cuts her throat. But then she manages to jab it in the ribs, so that
Yes.
crawler falls into the water below.
And
But
she
then
goes-
she just falls back and bleeds out. And then Rebecca's
See,
sad.
I was trying to figure this out if she was getting the knife out to actually try to stab the thing, or if she was going to try to grab onto it and then cut the rope so that they would both fall.
Well, I figured that's what I thought. I thought like the thing was going to jump on her and try to like bite her, and then she was going to cut the rope so they'd both fall.
Right.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
But instead she jabs it.
It's a weird. I thought it was a weird scene because it was almost like Sam was trying to die.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it was like, why are you just basically not trying to get across?
So
whatever.
Juno and Rebecca are screaming. Then Rebecca gets pulled by her feet, and then she just gets eaten right there, and Juno leaves her there to die.
Yep.
And so then they're running around. Then Juno and Sarah get back together. They're the only two left.
Yep.
And Sarah's like, all creepy eyed, "Did you see Beth die?" And,
Yep.
and Juno's
Yep.
like, "Yeah, I did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
really did. I mean, she was right there." And it kind of reminded me of Hook and that boy that cries about Robin Williams. Like,
Yep.
He was right there. He didn't even try. He was right there. He didn't even try.
Yep.
I watched that a couple days ago.
They get attacked by a big group of them.
And they whoop all that ass.
Fight together, get all that.
Yeah, and then Sarah turns around. She's holding her ice pickaxe, and she's looking at her like she's gonna whack her, but then she doesn't.
But
then they hear some more things, and she's like, boom, hits Juno in the leg and leaves her there to die.
Yep.
Then she gets away.
Yep. She starts running, and then she ends up falling down a hole, and you think like, oh shit, like she's screwed again. But nope, it falls down into another
pit.
like bone pit.
And that leads out. And then
Yep.
she crawls up the bone pit in slow-mo, and she gets out.
Yep. Runs to the cars, finds the cars, and they've left the keys up above the little what do you call those?
Shades?
Yeah,
Flaps.
flap shades,
What are those called?
visors.
Sure.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
yeah, visors.
So then she drives away. Then she throws up. And then that's it.
Well, no.
There's a little jump scare at the end.
She throws up.
What?
The camera pans back up.
Yeah.
There's Ghost Juno.
Yeah, it goes Juno. And she goes, ah! And then that's the end of the movie.
That's the end of the movie.
So what'd you think, man?
I like this movie. It
first time
has
I've
its
seen it.
definite faults, but
Yeah.
I do like it.
It is definitely from like mid 2000s. Like it really feels like it's just that's like the end of the 90s. Like that influence. It's got like that kind of like.
But see, it's post like that self-aware horror.
Yes.
But it's like it's like that
Sure.
it's that beginning of like we're gonna take horror more seriously now.
Yeah,
like,
but it was still new enough to have the dumbass we're gonna turn into badass scene.
Yeah.
You know, and so
Yep.
that was my problem with it is them being badasses fighting monsters. I just thought that was dumb, and But I like how some of the tension is built, especially with just the cave parts, where the cave was that when the setting was against them, kind of a thing, as opposed to the monsters. I kind of feel like the monsters were almost a detriment, and this would have been a better movie about just cave explorers getting stuck.
If it
in a
was
cave.
like in Alive-esque movie,
something like that, or the monsters needed to be. I don't know. Less. I don't know. I mean, I thought the monsters weren't bad. It just kind of seemed like I didn't like that they were so easily fought off. Kind of a thing.
Well, they were essentially humans.
Sure. Which I thought was actually, it was kind of neat they didn't have superhuman strength, which would be odd considering they are probably super nourished. And, well, I guess they pull in things. Cause
there were a lot of bones down there.
Well, that was the one thing. It was like, oh, okay, there is an entrance that's really nearby. Because it's like, how are these things surviving down here when people, the last people that were here were probably 100 years ago.
Yeah.
But there was tons of human remains, but you think they're hey, we're going into this area where there's caves. Oh, by the way, thousands of people have been gone missing. So there's some faults, but it's fun enough to where I wasn't upset. I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I was wasting my time, but it was entertaining.
I do agree that the setting is the best part of the movie.
Yep. And so and the acting wasn't terrible. The only person that I think it could have just been the way she was written was that Holly character.
Yeah, the extreme chick.
Yeah, she seemed larger than life. Everything else seemed pretty grounded, and she just seemed like.
Well, it was so not telegraph, but you could see it coming where she was gonna be the one that
ruined everything.
Yeah,
and she
basically.
Yep.
Well, Juno kind of ruined everything.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no. So, as far as it goes, I don't think it was bad. I would give it a seal of approval. It's fun to watch. Yeah, it's a cool setting. It's a cool thing. There's, and the effects weren't terrible.
No, lots of lots of practical effects. There was some bad CGI, but
it was
it is minimal.
Yeah. But there were some good practical effects. It was an interesting story. It was fun. It was fun.
The lighting was cool. How they would have the flares, and then I feel like there was green light at some point.
Well, that was probably with the.
But I thought it was like a flare effect. Like they had a green flare.
Something, I don't know. It was the lighting was weird in some points because how is light getting there? Because the flashlights are off and blah blah blah. Well, you couldn't just shoot a movie in pitch black, right? So there's phosphorescent rock is what they said.
And I feel like there was a scene where they whip out the lighter and the lighter lights everything up. Now maybe if they are in pitch black, it would do that.
It wouldn't.
No.
It would light everything up in like a 3-foot radius.
Sure,
but you're not going to see that far.
Yeah,
then a 3-foot radius you'll be able to see your hands and this far away, but it doesn't cast that much light.
Yeah, cinematography was fine. Yeah, there wasn't anything oh, that's a really cool shot.
No.
But
just the scenes in that fucking tunnel. That was
yep. Yeah, I would go bronze. I would say bronze.
I'll give it a bronze.
Yeah. It's not overly good.
Yeah.
It's not great.
But if it's on, watch it.
It's
if you can't think of something to watch, throw The Descent on.
Yeah.
If you want to watch a scary, throw The Descent on.
Yeah.
And you can't think of anything else or something better is just out of reach.
It's relatively short, so
it's 98 minutes.
Yeah. It's relatively short. Yeah.
They could have cut out the entire beginning of that movie.
Yeah. Well, no, because it kind of shows the motivation that Sarah has to overcome her grief.
Okay, you could have skipped the whole cabin scene.
Yes. The only purpose that served was to establish their friendship.
Yep, they could have done that in 5 minutes when they all pulled up to the cabins in their cars. Sure. Hey, friends. Yep. Oh, yeah, we're all friends. Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Yep.
Yeah, bronze is good.
All right. Get at us on Scream Fiends on Twitter, at Scream Fiends on Twitter.
No idea.
Let us know what you think of The Descent.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed the sequel, which we don't have to talk about here, but patreon.com/screamfiends. You can donate if you like, but you do not have to, but we love your support.
Yep. Chipotle is good.
Chipotle is good.
See, Chipotle should just support us.
Yes.
We should just get cards that says every day that you guys do this show. I would wear Chipotle shirts on the show.
I threw away it's way over there.
Yeah.
Next time we'll have a big framed Chipotle logo.
We should just eat while we do the show.
Mm.
Just eat Chipotle while we're doing it with Chipotle shirts on, with a Chipotle bag, and just be like, "Hey, look, Chipotle, we're promoting you."
Yeah.
You know what? Their sales will probably start to suffer.
Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube.
I'm going to cute.
Give us a like. Give us a comment. iTunes, Google Play.
You ever had Qdoba?
7voltmedia.com/screamfiends. No, I don't know what that is.
It's like a ripoff of Chipotle, and if anybody tells you that it's better, they're dumb.
All right. I believe it.
But I think there's another place. I think it's called La Victoria, maybe. No, that's the name of that salsa. No, what is that? There's another place called La something. That place was good, and they do like burrito bowls, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of different like meats and stuff. That place was good.
From us at Scream Fiends, so long and farewell.
I'm hungry again. Damn it. Are you giving peace signs?
Yeah.
Peace signs.